Good morning. Happy Friday. Like it matters. Oy. The Unemployment Chronicles continued. I'm just kidding. But for real, got some updates. Don't mind my bed. I air out my mattress every morning, so we go a little unkempt for a couple hours. Veggie updates. Then we're going to talk about other updates. Okay. What is this hair? Guys, ignore that. What I want you to see, tomato number 4 coming out this morning. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 2 of each different variety in there. So that is a parsley that was there yesterday, but now we've got chives coming. That does not look like a chive. That's where I planted the chives, but that does not look like a chive. And then that was rosemary in the back. But the more exciting thing, excuse me, bag, is a little kale that popped up from those new seeds I got last weekend at the farmer's market. So, still no lettuce. So today, I just applied to 2 jobs this morning. I just busted them out on LinkedIn, easy apply or whatever. But one called me back in 10 minutes. And it was one, of course, it's the one that I'm like, meh. It's like a in-person, very heavily hazardous waste person, which, part of being an environmental scientist is you have to deal with all kinds of things, not even necessarily the cute, flashy things that you want to be doing, like fisheries, fish-related things. For me personally, I think that's cute and flashy, but hazardous waste is not. Plus, it's an in-person job that's right down by Boston. It's like, the other 2 I applied to were northern New Hampshire, so I was like, absolutely. And then that one, I'll throw an application in, why not? But they called me right away. I suspect they might be having a little hard trouble finding people who gleefully sign up to work with hazardous waste. We're actually going to come sit by Pepe and annoy the shit out of him, because that's what we do. Hi. He's so sweet. Okay. No, he's not. He's kind of a turd sometimes. I'm just kidding. Okay. Just kidding. Oh, boy. So, let's... God, this friggin' DIY haircut. If it could just hurry up and grow out a little bit, please. Oh my God, whatever. Yeah, so it's Friday. It's officially 1 week of unemployment, and just... what do I do with myself? But I think it's going okay. I think I've been assigned to, oh my God, a particular case. A particular person was assigned my case in the unemployment office, I think. She's called me a couple times. She's very sweet, very helpful. But she called me yesterday and was like, okay, before I fully submit this thing, I just want to make sure, because it looks like you worked in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, I just want to make sure you want to file in New Hampshire, because you are eligible for $427 a month in New Hampshire. But in Massachusetts, you'd be eligible for, I think she said $1,008 a week if I wanted to file with Massachusetts. But she said, however, they have a 6 to 8 week backlog for getting your initial claim filed, which is what she's been doing for me this week. And she's like, you can almost never get a hold of them on the phone. So I just want to make sure I go forward with New Hampshire, but only if you want to. You can go for Massachusetts. And I was just like, holy crap, that's so much money. That's more than I was making at my job. How can they offer that? I don't know. But maybe it was dumb, but I was like, I'm just going to stick with New Hampshire. She's proactively calling me, trying to get my claim handled. Even though that's more than twice as much money every week. One, I don't need it necessarily, and two, hopefully I'm not still unemployed in 6 to 8 weeks. So it would be like going through the headache of the initial claim file again, and then like the continued headache of trying to get a hold of them and getting my claim processed. It just didn't seem worth it, especially since I'm okay and like don't need the money. And like, I'm a New Hampshire resident anyway. I'd rather just stick with New Hampshire. That feels more right to me, even though it's way less money. But that just blew me away. Like, that's more than I was making. And it's a shorter, slightly shorter duration of benefits with Massachusetts. It's like 2 weeks shorter, but whatever. Again, hopefully I don't still need unemployment in 6 to 8 weeks, but we'll see. I mean, crazier shit's happened, I guess. But you guys are amazing with the different suggestions on options that I could be exploring during this time, including moving to other areas of the country, selling the rental property, moving to the rental property. A couple of you guys have asked if that's an option, and the answer is absolutely that's an option, because it's kind of like timing wise, it is a very appropriate option, because my tenant should be moving out at the end of January, which is what, 6 days away now. So I haven't heard that she wanted another month of extension, so the home will be empty. And I don't have a lease here. I've been out of my lease and on just month to month for a year and 4 months now. So I have no lease to break here. I just have to give a 30-day notice. So I could totally go move to my rental property and just live there for $257 a month, which is the mortgage plus utilities, of course. So I could totally go kick it in the Midwest for a while. Enjoy central air. But I don't know, that could be kind of fun too. Go see a place I've never been. I've never been off the East Coast unless you count Alaska and Hawaii. Which I don't. Like, I had a layover in San Diego, and that was it. But I've never really. No, that's not true. I've spent some time in Louisiana during grad school for some of my research, but that's it. I've certainly never been to the Midwest. So that'd be kind of a cool experiment, maybe. I don't know. It's an option. It not one that I'm like readily exploring at the moment. I don't feel like I'm there yet. I feel fairly confident that they should be able to find a new tenant fairly quickly. And like I've said before, the rent growth has been pretty strong. So it's going to rent for supposedly like another $250 a month. So that increases my cash flow spread from the rental property, which will be incredibly helpful on my end back here, since, or if I do in some way end up using some of the rental income to live on, which maybe, I don't know. I don't dare to say I'm going to do anything right now, because I don't dare to physically move anywhere until I find a job. I have a job. Like, I don't, unless it gets to the point where, the 90 days are up, I still haven't found a job yet, not like thinking I'm going to be blowing through money by any means, but obviously things going in a downward direction are not going to make me feel good after 90 days. So I don't really know what the next move is right here, right now, but I don't know. So the other thing that's complicated by that is obviously I can't just up and move to a cheaper apartment to go save money during this time. A new apartment application and new landlord vetting, they're going to be like, please show me your stable income history. And I don't have that right now. So it's not like I'm probably even going to be able to move apartments without a job. So that's not really on the table. Unless I do find just some random remote, I don't know. Some landlords are more of a human and more willing to consider, if I was like, well, I have rental income, I have online income, like I have a big chunk of savings, I can pay months in advance if needed or whatever. Some people are like kind of open to hearing that thing, but as a landlord myself, obviously I know that doesn't give a warm fuzzy. So yeah, I don't know. We're just chilling. I don't know. Hopefully something shakes out, and I think it will. Otherwise, financially, I'm just trying to hang tight, keep things minimal, very much limit trips out of the house, specifically to the grocery store. Like, I'm still going to the gym, it's just a mile and a half up the road, which is totally fine, as is the walking trail. That's easy enough, but I'm certainly limiting grocery store trips because you all know those impulse buys sneak up on you. So I'm trying to, well, also in my endeavor to eat more local, I'm trying to wait for the weekends and hit the farm stores or farmers markets. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm doing pretty good on the food and groceries. I'm making so much bread, which, yay. A lot of baked goods. I'm trying to bulk up on flour and things like that. I do need to go soon. Just because baking, of course, a loaf of bread costs pennies at home, and you know exactly what the ingredients are, which is super important for some people. And I love baking. How else? I don't know what else to do with my time. So it's like gym, and then we bake and cook and stare at vegetables, play with cats. Guys, I don't know. Shit. I think I've had a job since I was like 10 years old. When my grandmother first let us start scooping ice cream and making change and things like that. This feels a little weird. It's felt like a vacation at first a little bit, but like an uneasy one, and then it's like, oh, okay, this is fine, you're fine, everything's fine. But now it's just like, now what? And there's so much I could go do and see, but I'm also trying to not spend a bunch of gas, of course. I think everyone's probably seen the meme lately or something similar that's like, costs $110 just to leave your front door these days. It's like, yeah, that's pretty accurate. But tonight is exciting though because I have a concert for the first time since, when was my last show? Mid-December, I think? Something like that. So I'm pretty excited. I am looking forward to that. Mostly. I don't know. Someone I dated this fall is going to be lead guitar tonight, which I was not expecting. Everything's fine. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna fix this hair. When you're cooped up, try not to spend money by leaving the front door, and it's wintertime. Yeah, you kind of gotta dig into some hobbies you've had collecting dust around the house. Like puzzles. Oh my, so many puzzles. I kind of put it out there, like, if you guys see any other options that I maybe don't see because I'm like too close to the problem, you know how that can be. So I definitely appreciate all of you guys throwing options and ideas out there, including other countries. You never know. I wouldn't put anything past me. But I do want to stay in New England. I do love it here more than I used to. When I growing up in Maine, I wanted nothing more than to get as far away from the cold as possible. I'm moving to Florida. I remember saying that all through my teenage years. And don't get me wrong, I'm so glad I did. I spent probably 7-ish years collectively in Florida because I went Maine, Mass, Florida, Maine, Florida, Maine, Florida, Maine, New Hampshire. Yeah, I think. And I'm so glad I went and did the damn thing and at least tried. And it was so wonderful during that phase of my life, which was like the grad school and a little bit after phase. I had so much fun. It's where I met my best friend. I have no idea. I have no doubt she'll be my best friend forever. Like, I'm so thankful and appreciative for those times and opportunities and getting to live somewhere different, even though that time period was also, as we know, the most expensive time in my life because I chose a private grad school and just did things really stupid. And the school lied to us a bit, but that's a whole different sitch. But yeah, so I now know that New England, I don't want to leave here. I love the seasons. I appreciate all of the seasons, even the cold, shitty ones. Like, there's still something nice about them, and I think it's makes a difference when you live in a warm apartment. I grew up in a pretty drafty, uh, older home that my great grandparents built themselves, and then my dad added on to over the years as our family grew when he married my stepmom, and I think I just was cold all the damn time, so I was like, I hate Maine, and I think it just like warped my whole perception of New England. But now that I'm warm and can be warm inside, it's different looking out, and it's beautiful. Not that we've really had much snow to call winters in the last few years because global warming. But yeah, I don't necessarily want to move far away. My whole family's here. I dig the area. Just want to get a little bit more remote. Feels like another great day for some baking and some cooking. And I'm kind of loving it, not gonna lie. If I could just stay home and cook and bake and grow vegetables and hang out with cats all day, my life is complete. But that's not the real world. I need to earn money. I need to pay for health insurance and things like that are shitty but necessary evil in today's world. So, and of course, still in a very happy, optimistic state of mind. I know it can be very easy to slip into a not great place when you do spend a lot of time at home. You feel kind of cooped up inside by yourself. And then feeling like crap on top of it because getting furloughed does feel kind of crappy, like a little bit of rejection. It's not the best. And so I can certainly see how this situation could certainly mentally backslide. So I'm really trying to be proactive about not letting that happen. Making sure I'm going for a walk when I can, when it's nice out, and going to the gym, and the concert tonight, that should be so fun, so needed. I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully I'll see a bunch of people, the concert crowd. Social interaction. Social interaction. Like the Grinch. Are you the Grinch? Yeah, am I black and white Grinch? Why so angry? It's because I'm talking and being loud and he's trying to take a nap. Okay, sorry. Alright, Pepe's trying to take a nap, so I'm gonna cut this off here. Next week, I think I'm gonna take Carol up on her suggestion of doing something nice to enjoy myself. Since I had planned to go into the office last Friday for our holiday party, I had already purchased a bus ticket for the commute. And Thursday night, after I got furloughed, I canceled that trip. You don't get refunded for your bus passes. They just leave it in your account. So I have like a credit for a ride down and back for the day into Boston. So I think I'm going to use that next week, as long as the weather looks appropriate. I think I will go do something nice for myself in the city. Because why not? I'm not just going to waste the bus pass. I'll certainly share that with you guys, because that I am looking forward to as well. So thank you, Carol, for that suggestion. And of course, the financial support to go along with that suggestion. Thank you, all of you, for being here. Your continued positive, kind words. Thank you guys so much. Like, just know, as excited as you guys are about this transition, like, I am jazzed. Like, even, it's been a week now, and I'm still... Not because, like, I'm getting to sit on my butt and cook all the great food. It's not like that. Like, I'm just... Underlying overall feeling about this situation is still excitement. And that's not going to change. I know this situation happened for a reason. And I know it was to kick me in the head and say, yeah, you've been feeling stale and stagnant and just like blah for a while, but you haven't dared to leave because you've been tethered to the boss in the office. Nope, no more of that. I'm full on feeling excited about whatever opportunity comes my way. And I have a feeling it will, one way or another, be something that allows me to live in an area that's more aligned with what I'm wanting to go towards. So I'm not giving up hope. And luckily, I have a bit of financial cushion to allow that time, or to allow time for an opportunity to come in. Like, I don't feel rushed to call that recruiter back right away about the hazardous materials job. Like, that just sounds so terrible. Why did I even apply to it? I'm not sure. Sometimes you gotta throw spaghetti at the wall in this kind of situation and just see what sticks. So I at least know I could be pretty wanted for particular things. So if I got desperate, but I'm just not there yet. I'm okay financially to kind of ride it out a little bit longer, which gives me so much comfort and peace of mind. So I'm gonna allow that ride to happen. It's only been a week. Like, I don't need to be panicking and getting back to recruiters that are offering less than desirable jobs right away. I'm not gonna be stupid, of course. Just like if my current employer does call and want me back, I'm not gonna be stupid. I'll say, okay, I'll come back, I guess. But obviously, in the back of my mind, knowing like I'm still actively looking for other shit. Again, I would be surprised if they call me, though. I would be surprised after the way they treated me. I don't know. It's still, it could. I see either way. Who knows? But yes, to answer some of your questions, those certifications and trainings that I just went through, like the basic offshore survival and firefighting and the protected species observer training, like those are in my name, not in the company's name. So those certifications are for me and can come with me. You know what I mean? So it's not like that skill set and those trainings are not transferable. They absolutely are. So there's that. If other companies with other offshore wind projects come into play, you never know. Especially since we are still kind of dead of winter. Our field season certainly starts in like May, June. So hopefully more employers and recruiters and whatnot will start to kind of activate more field-based jobs in the coming months. So I'm still hopeful. It's going to be great. It's going to be great, whatever it is. So thank you guys for listening. I appreciate you, all of your kind words and checking in on me, encouraging me, and just saying, you know what, you got this. Everything's fine. Because it is. So I appreciate you guys. I'll see you very soon.